This is Thomas Taylor with Bentley Systems. This instructional video will take you through the steps required to take OpenRoads Concept Station Connect Edition and integrate it with OpenRoads Designer by taking OpenRoads Designer geometry data directly into Concept Station as a part of an integrated workflow. Sometimes you've already completed your design within OpenRoads Designer and you'd like to take it back to Concept Station to do some additional visualization and possibly utilize the LumenRT tools to create a video and animation and add additional furniture for possibly a presentation. Those will not be covered in this video, but the key concepts covered in this video will include the fact that you have to have your OpenRoads Designer Select Series 4 geometry complete with a horizontal and vertical, and then we will take and import that ALG content into Concept Station. In the next release of Concept Station, you will have the option of importing LandXML, which provides an additional option. The primary thing you need to be aware of with the geometry import method is that you will only import the horizontal and vertical used for the corridor design. That would be your center lines and your base lines. No extraneous content will be necessary. Another thing that you'll do, we will cover in this workflow, is we will modify the default templates to match the OpenRoads Designer corridors. And then we will finish the concept with adding some intersections, some ramp connections, possibly add the bridge, and of course we could add other furniture as well, guardrails and signs and signals and additional striping elements. So to get started, I'm going to go ahead and bring up OpenRoads Designer Power Inroads SS4 Edition. And I'm in a geometry file, and as you can see in this file we already have some corridors modeled, and we have some terrain, a ground run survey, as well as a Concept Station terrain model that is merged with the ground run survey to finish out the picture. I'm going to go ahead and turn that information off so you can see the geometry that we're primarily concerned with. These are the alignments that will be used for creating a corridor, and those are the alignments that are needed for import into Concept Station. We do not need alignments for, say, example, a special ditch or an edge of pavement or something that we might use for our detailed design within OpenRoads Designer. Once I have all of this geometry gathered together and exported into an ALG file, I will take this data and import it into Concept Station. So let me bring up Concept Station. This is the same area in Concept Station. Of course, I've taken that terrain model and I've gone through Geocoordination Services and draped on some raster imagery. I can pick this up, and you can see there is the terrain model with the raster imagery. The raster imagery is more recent than the terrain model and shows the completed interchange. To bring in the ALG, all I need to do is go to the backstage, go to the import task, go to Other, Add Data, open the desired folder, go to Source Data, and I'm going to select the ALG. For the data extent, I'm going to go ahead and select All and allow it to bring in all, even that part of the geometry that may extend beyond the project limits defined in Concept Station. Hit Next, and then Import. As you can see, I have a status of import successful. If there was an error, it would be red, and you could click on it and it would tell me additional information. So since I'm complete with my ALG import, I'm going to say Done. And there are my results. I'm going to pick this up and rotate it a bit and take a look. Zooming in. And as you can see, when we import an ALG, we apply a default template. And that template is a standard rural 2-lane template. As you can tell, this is actually a 6-lane divided with a depressed median. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to modify the templates for these corridors to match my corridor design coming out of OpenRoads Designer. I'll go back to my top view, and if I select the roadway, you can see I have a road template here that was automatically populated upon the ALG import. So I can go in here and I can hit the Browse button, and I want to go find it via my favorites. You can see I have a predefined template for 6-lane divided that I added to my favorites, so I don't have to navigate through dozens and dozens of predefined templates that are delivered with the product. So I can select that, and you can see it automatically updates to the correct typical section. I'm going to change the classification as well, and I'm going to set it to interstate. And I'm also going to set the design speed to 70. So as you can see, now I have the interstate defined via the ALG. I'm going to leave this road as a 2-lane rural, but I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull that from the template library as well. All I have left to redefine now are my ramp templates. And very quickly I'll just go through and change those to a standard ramp template. So now that we have the ramps taken care of, I can take a quick look at some of this information and see if maybe I need to do some adjusting. And I can see that maybe I might want to adjust my vertical a little bit. And now all I have to do is clean up and create an intersection there. So I'll go ahead and use the intersection tool. And I'm going to go to my placement tools, place intersection, select my primary, and select my secondary roads. Now that I have the intersection placed, I'm going to pan down here to the ramp connection with the main line, and I'm going to use our Create Ramp Connection tool. Excuse me. And now I'm going to go ahead and place a ramp connection, and I'm going to leave it where I use an auxiliary lane. And to place the connection, I locate the main line, I locate the ramp, and right-click to complete. So now that we've placed the intersection up here at the ramp terminal and added some ramp connections, I went ahead and added a standard diverge on the other side, made some minor edits to it, and may want to go ahead and say possibly add in a bridge. So I'll go to the Place Bridge tool. Go ahead and leave it with bridge with barrier pre-stressed. I'm going to use a pile cap. Leave everything else the same. And I'm going to start it from right here and run it just right across that road. And so now I should have a bridge out there. And I can adjust the limits to where I may want it. I can pick it up. Take a look. So I've got a bridge in there. You can do additional things to it to complete the model, but I think this gives you an idea of what you go through to get an ALG file into Concept Station from OpenRoads Designer to do some visualization and some additional work. I hope you found this to be useful. Anytime you have any questions, feel free to contact us here at Bentley through the technical support group lines. Thank you.